welcome to another scintillating episode of the Friday Night Mix Show. Woo!
Welcome, you're welcome.
Wow, it's so good to see you again, Lami. How are you?
Like you didn't see me backstage just now. What's the meaning of that? Are you just seeing me now?
We have to let the viewers think that I'm just seeing you. Like we just jam.
Oh, okay. Let's
I
pretend.
feel
Let's
like,
pretend.
God,
Let's
why
pretend.
you do like this?
Okay. Okay. That's
It's
all
so
right.
good to see you again, and it's another episode of the Friday Night Mix Show. This is the episode 23, and
Let's
it's
see
been
later.
fun. It's been great to to be on the show and just to have a community of friends and family just looking out and enjoying the show with us. Lami, how's it been with you?
It's been a very interesting week, you know.
Mm. Mm.
Very, very interesting week. Very busy at work. And you know what I mean. So yeah.
I do. I
You get
do.
off work and you're like really drained, like don't talk to me kind of drained. So so yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's been exciting. And it's another time to just chill, relax, and
Exactly.
just chat in the studio. So yeah,
Exactly.
amazing.
Just so you know, just sipping some malt and having
Yeah,
fun.
right. Let's call it mold, just for the sake of our audience.
Let's call it malt. It is malt, yo. Who wants to test it and be sure that
Yeah,
it is
yeah. We're
malt?
just gonna go with mold. Hmm.
All right, so yeah, it's good to be back on the show. It's Friday again. Before you know it, it's Friday. It's always Friday, right?
Love Fridays. Love me some Fridays.
Oh yeah, I
Hmm.
do. I do. Friday. It's a good segue into the weekend, and like they will say, how Sunday will be. It is from Friday. We know. Actually, it's Saturday. We know.
Happy, you know.
But
After you've
every
rocked Friday and Saturday, are you sure I want to go to? Maybe I'll watch online.
exactly, but right here in Calgary, and just so you know, if you're watching, please remember, leave a comment, drop a comment, share, like, subscribe, do whatever you have to do. I would always read a comment on the show. Thank you for. I see that immediately I said it. People started dropping likes, and also if you're watching this again after we've broadcasted live, please make sure that you're also liking. We appreciate your time on the show. And I was just gonna say, here in Calgary, before you know it, especially now that we work from home, you work from home now, right?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Especially when you work from home, before you know it, boom, Friday have come. Why is it always like that? Why?
I say I don't understand. It's like you don't want Friday to come. Because me, I don't understand. It's like I just said I like Fridays. Now saying it will just come. Let it come now.
But the
Let it
last
come and
Friday
let
we
it
did,
stay.
the last Friday we did, we have not even finished with that Friday, and another Friday is here. Let us even enjoy one Friday fair. Let's even enjoy it. Like okay, you know, it's just so. It's just so. But so the week was just busy for you, right? Like just busy week, just there.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting week, I must say. I
Jesus
loved
now.
it.
Tell us
Y-
what happened. Tell us
Well,
something
got
that
licensed as a
something
realtor,
nice that
so
happened.
that was. I mean, it's been quite a journey, and I'm really grateful. It just culminated into saying, "Hey, you're a realtor now. Oh, look at that." I just love Yomi. Yomi is too amazing.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, my fellow sister and my co-host on the show is now a realtor, and I'm so excited for her because this is a long time. It's a journey.
That's
It's
right.
a journey that she's taken. It's a road and a route that she's taken, and it's really shown that if you put your mind to something, you can really achieve it. Now she's a realtor. Now she has promised to give me one house. So I'm just
Your house,
chilling.
the one you are currently living with, I give it to you wholeheartedly.
How can you give some? How can you give somebody something that he owns? I don't understand.
No, but I give you. I
Okay.
honestly, with all my heart, like
This
I
was
can
not what
even
we
come and
said.
help you put
This was not what we
stone
said
on top
behind
of
the
it.
scene, Lami. This is not what we said. You promised me, say, Fola, now that I've graduated into the
Mhm,
marketplace of realtorship,
mhm,
Allah
mhm,
lawyer, that
mhm,
you are going to bless me with
mhm,
one front garage house. Now you're changing your mouth. Why? It's not fair.
mhm.
It's not how life
Eh,
is.
but it's the same thing now. Same potato, potato. I just said your house, the one you live in currently. It's your own.
Mm.
Take it.
All right. If you say so. Give me 1 minute. Too close. Oh, okay. They say our audio is not very, 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 very good.
Oh, it's too low. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something we can do?
Oh, okay. All right. So let us see whether we can work on the audio. Is there any other person that can hear us? If you can hear me, let me know. Or if you can't hear me, let me know also. Let's see if we can. Said the audio is not very, very good. But you can hear me, Lami, can you?
It's getting better. I think it's a little louder than when we started out, so that's
Okay,
really
so
good.
so it's
Yeah,
better now, right?
it
All right.
is.
So
Well,
let us know if
let's
you
hear from the
yes.
listeners.
So listeners, if you're watching right now, let us know if my audio, Headline Zone is good. If my audio is fine, please just drop it in the comment section. Let us know, please,
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
we're not just talking. All right. So Lami, let's talk a little bit more about the oh, they say it's just mine. No, like it's just mine for la. It's just my audio that is. But what are we going to do now? Ta-da, ta-da, ta, ta, ta. Let me go into my settings. Let me see.
Please set it, set it.
Let
Mm.
me see if we can go into this. What about now? Is it better? Is it better now?
Much
Much
better.
better. Much
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Lami's fine. It's mine. Okay. Lami said it's much better now. I don't know, but can we drop a comment and let us know if the audio is fine so we can say it's good. All right, perfect. So
Mhm.
let us go. So Lami, tell us a little bit about the journey. Just give us small gist about the journey
Ha.
while you became a YouTube.
Want me
Want
to
me to
start?
start? Start.
Ah, let me
Let me
start.
start.
Let me
Let
tell
me
you,
tell you,
where
where
in
in
June
June
last
last
year,
year,
I
I
think
think we
anyway, in
anyway,
June
in June
last
last
year,
year,
um,
um,
I think
I
it was
think it was
before
before
then,
then,
really,
I
considering,
considering,
so I
so I
wanted to
wanted to
say,
say, um,
good with
public
services
service
with
with
people.
people.
I
I
thought,
thought,
what
what
area?
area?
I'm
I'm
hearing
hearing
some,
to.
can
Can
you
you
hear?
hear? You hear what?
Echo.
Echo.
Is it
Is it
better?
better? Yeah.
Yeah.
They say Lami now is on echo mode. So is it better?
I
I
think
think
so.
so.
It's not
It's
as
not as
loud.
loud. What about now? Is it better?
Let me
Let
try.
us know if it's better. If Lami is better now. So I went from being good, then you became the echo boss.
I think you were jealous because you said the alarm is good. You now press control spoil.
It's
I
true.
know
How
that
did
move.
you know?
I
How
know
did
that.
you know?
I know now. I feel you.
Yeah. All right. So they say yes, it's getting better. All right. So let
That's
us
good.
go. So tell us, gist us.
It was a very interesting journey. We had a lot of reading, a lot of you know, we have a board. I mean, the good thing is when we had a real estate person come on the show about a few weeks ago, right? And
Yeah.
he explained the process, and that was what I had to go through. First they had to know that I was suitable for it. There was a
Mm.
suitability.
It's true.
We
It's
just to
true.
do it.
You have
Yeah,
to be sure that you're actually suitable for it, right?
yeah. That was your ability to speak English, your
I mean, to speak English is
having
there. You are English
yeah,
master
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That you can
Yeah.
communicate in English. I don't think French was there because we're in Alberta, right? Alberta was the one that like it's a provincial if you will, licensing,
Okay.
right? So they wanted to check if you could speak English. They wanted to check if you could work in Canada.
Oh,
They
really?
also wanted to check if you had a post-secondary or at least a secondary school degree, which was diploma, right?
Mm.
And all of that interesting stuff. So after the suitability, then you had to subscribe to um, what they call fundamentals of real estate, which is like the course that you had to do. That was is a basis, like it's a prerequisite to the practice of real estate.
Mm.
That was a very content heavy, trust me, very
Wow.
content heavy. Um, but it was fun. And I had a partner. We were gingering ourselves. Doing, she's
That's
also a
good, right?
realtor, and I'm really proud of her. It's at Doing
Though he sneaked up
Real
on me, I
Estate.
didn't even know. I didn't see that coming. For me, I could still say, okay, yeah, kind of. But though he sneaked up on me, wow, she will not
So
hear the
we
last of it.
it was just really good to have somebody who was going on the same journey with you and
Yeah,
doing exact same thing. So we kind
it's
of
true.
really gingered each other, if you will. Like we were
Mm,
each other's accountability partner. We
nice.
would talk about it, we would vent about it. Um and eventually we finished that. We took the exam, we passed because you have to pass the fundamentals to be able to take any of the practices. There are four areas you could practice. There's commercial, there is rural, there is residential, which is the most common, and there is
Wow.
property management. So after you've passed the fundamentals, then you choose an area of practice. I did choose residential. Um,
What did you choose?
After residential,
Oh, nice. So you
which is
like
why I gave
houses
you
and
a
people
house.
living.
So yeah, that was fun. And after that, then you have to do criminal check. You want to
You
know
have to
if
do
you're
what?
criminal background check, something like
Chai.
that.
So they'll check
Yes, sir.
whether you have done any criminality.
So we had to do that, right? And
Mm.
that took just a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks thereabout. And after that came back, they just said, "Oh, you're ready to be licensed," and we paid all the fees. Oh my God! As the money was leaving the pocket, it was like,
Oh, sorry, no verse.
and then to see so there's a what you call it, like a platform that Rika has. Rika is the board that governs real estate practice and I think mortgage brokerage in Alberta, right?
Nice.
And to see that licensing page go green, you are licensed.
Wow.
Download your license. It was
Wow.
amazing. It was
Wow.
amazing. And one funny thing happened. So I have a mentor, the person who came on the show a few weeks ago,
Mike
right?
G.
Eh?
Mike
Richard
G.
Amatoko. Yeah. So he's been amazing on this journey. Before I started, I had a chat with him and he was like, Lamina, you can do this. And it was really, really beautiful to hear him say that and to, be there every step of the way and say, okay, yeah, you got this. This is what's next and all that important stuff. And so I didn't know. I was going to tell him that I'd gotten my license, right? Because we had
Yeah.
spoken a day before. He had helped me with the forms and all of that. And he just chatted me up and said, congratulations. I'm like, what? And then he just, so there's this portal on the Rika platform where you can check out licensed realtor. You just
Mm.
put in their name and it lets you know whether they're licensed and with which brokerage. So he had gone to
Wow.
check it out, so he had seen it. So he came and said congratulations even before I announced to him. So that was really, really fun. I had really a beautiful week. I put it out there on Facebook and I tell you what, people have been amazing, amazing, reposting, sharing, congratulating, and just saying, we're with you, praying. Honestly, it's amazing to have people, in your corner. I felt really loved, and I'm grateful to all of my friends, my sister, my community, my church community. It's amazing. It's amazing, Fola. You are one of them, so let's just wrap
Ah.
you up to somewhere in there.
Honestly, I would say also that you are amazing, right?
Thank you.
You're a great soul. Just knowing you, it's honestly, and I'm not saying that because you're on the show, right?
You never have
I'm
a choice. You understand?
I'm saying it because, and a lot of people are saying congratulations to, right? Like SMP, SMP. Where have you been? I had the ticket for you for a show that you won, and you disappeared. What is going on? So the community saying, congratulations to you. So now, please, so guys, you want to buy a house, you know where to. Just reach out to me. If you don't have a contact, whatever, don't worry. Reach out to me so that I can use me to reach out to her. I can collect the the commission, please. I beg you in the name of Jesus and everything that you sell. I beg. So, but basically, now she's a realtor. Tell us what you can do. Tell us what are the what are the lovely, lovely things that you can do now?
So one of the things that I learned again from Richard is the world of possibility in real estate, even starting with residential. So not only, of course, people buy their first home, right, and then they want to move up, and then some people also want to invest. So there is that. So we can, if you want to move up. We can sell what you currently have, buy you another one that is more fitting for your current lifestyle or situation, of course.
Mhm.
So that means we do the purchasing and the selling as well, which is the listing. And then there's the investment. Some people already have. Oh, thank you for that. That is so beautiful. I appreciate you.
No
Some
worries.
people already have, a house and they don't want to move. They just want to invest because, one of the things I did was I was reading up on some of those real estate quotes, and somebody said, buy land, buy land. They don't make it anymore.
My
you
land.
know.
People, people and their bad mouth.
Honestly, like they don't make it anymore, right? And a lot of people tell you like real estate, right? Yeah, there's a cycle with real estate. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down.
Hmm.
But more often than not, if you're in it for the long haul,
Hmm.
it's always something you can bank on.
True.
Always. And you find a lot of people who are millionaires, billionaires, or who are wealthy in whatever way, a lot of them would be playing in the real estate in one shape or form.
That's true.
Yeah,
Either they're
in one
investing
shape or
money,
form.
just investing money for others
Right,
to
right.
to work with, or they're actually playing. Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Very very
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. You find that. Yeah,
Hmm. All right. So that's so nice. So, but what? Okay. So you said you're into residential,
that's right.
so residentials, right? So when it has to do with just buying houses, first time house by owners, second
Yeah,
time, 15th
yeah.
time, reach out to Lami, make sure that you
Right, right.
I've been fumbling with something that I'm trying to do something. I think it's not coming up. I'm so angry. Okay, it has come up now.
Yeah.
It has come up now. Okay. Watch me perform miracles. Just hold on. Oh, give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I want to perform miracle.
Hmm.
Miracle. They tire Jesus. Yo. Why are you laughing now?
I'm
Why are you
waiting.
laughing now?
Like I'm
You're
very
waiting.
curious.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
ladies and gentlemen, from the stables of the.
F&M.
Hey, what am I doing?
The
Just hold on.
announcement
Oh.
said it has already
Okay,
passed
okay.
what you want to
I've
do.
seen it.
Uh-huh.
I've seen what
Uh-huh.
I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Aha. Where is it again? Hey, oh, Chineke. Chineke, Idima, oh, Idima. Okay, let me just share it like that. So, uh, aha.
Something's coming up.
You see something, right?
I see a like, okay,
Ah,
there you go.
Jesus
Is that what you
Christ.
wanted?
This is what I wanted to.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
I can, but nothing is showing just yet.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Ah, it's good to have testing time. So it's just showing 100 million things. All right, let's remove that one for now. Okay. Anyways, you know what? People are already dropping comment. Let's go into the comment section.
Sounds
I know
good.
what to do actually. I know what to do actually. It has come
And
to
don't
me. It has
chat
come
and
to me
press
what to
control
do.
spoil.
What did you
That's
say?
all that matters. Don't press control spoil.
It has now come to me. It's just that my system is kind of slow. But honestly, not take anything away. Let me congratulations on
Thank you.
this great achievement. I really, 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 I'm excited for you. I'm sure that this is just the beginning of greater things, right? I'm sure that got it's a stepping stone for you. You're gonna go
Amen.
from here to even bigger things and greater things, in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank
All
you.
right. So let's see. I think we have some comments. You can drop a comment. Okay, Wallace Sachs say congratulations, Lami.
Thank you, Wally Sachs.
And he said Fola is now back on low key, though. What does that mean?
That means your volume is low again.
Hey, oh, Chineke. I think you just have to manage my. my volume today. But let's take it on. All right. So let's talk a little bit about we're in tax season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about taxes. Why?
Ah, hmm,
Because where we come from as blacks, right? Except maybe you walk. Why are you laughing like that?
sorry, sir. Continue, continue.
The way you're laughing,
Continue. You
you're
get me.
laughing
You
as
get
if
me.
we're going to cast many many people today. So where we come from,
Mm-hmm.
we are. I won't lie. The only tax I pay is the one that when I'm driving on the road. Babo, I five.
Drop
And
it.
then you said two boys.
Take a wallet. You get
That's the
it.
only tax that I pay.
Yeah.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure a lot of Nigerians too, and even Africans too pay. But I know people who work in like white collar jobs and places more a little bit organized, kind of pay taxes. I hope.
Yeah, we
you
did.
know,
We did in the bank. We
in the
did, but it
bank,
wasn't
right?
a lot.
So I
It
know I
wasn't a
know
lot.
some
Yeah.
people would
We
pay
didn't.
would pay
Yeah.
taxes, right? But not everybody.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
it's like a
mean,
shocker for some people
yeah.
coming here and
Mm-hmm.
just hearing that they have to pay taxes. They're like, why must we pay taxes? Why? Why? Can you give us an idea about why? I mean, it seems like a very simple question. Like, what do you mean by why taxes is meant for da 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 da? Da.
Mm-hmm.
But to to some people who still feel in their mind like, but these taxes are just killing. Too much money we pay for taxes. Why?
It's funny how let me tell you an interesting thing that happened while I was in Nigeria. I worked with it was a contractor. So at the time, FIRS, which is the tax collection and regulation, if you will, would I call them regulator? Revenue, collecting and all that,
The
whatever
Internal Revenue
administering.
Service, right?
Yeah, in Nigeria, Federal Internal Revenue Service. Yeah, so they're like the equivalent of the CRA to Nigeria.
Yeah.
So they outsourced this contract to this lady who I was working with, and it was supposed to be a sensitization program. They had this program where they were telling people that they were going to, forgive, the taxes that they've owed as long as they come forward and all of that. So we're supposed to be going to the airports, to talk to people. So, I was in charge of a team. So the team will go give out flyers, just really sensitize people
Mm.
and all of that. So I met this interesting guy. He had taken up one of my guys, in the conversation and was like, why should I pay taxes? In Nigeria, the roads are bad, the this, and it was going on and on like that. So at some point, the guy came and called me and was like, okay, come on, chip in or something. I must tell you, I was defeated because I didn't really have anything to say by the time the guy was done.
Wow.
And then he started to say, because when I'm in America, I get refund. I'm like, what is he talking about? And he went on and on about why he thought, he didn't have a like a an issue with
Mm.
paying taxes when he's in America because I mean, the guy who was talking was a dual citizen. He was Nigerian as well as an American and all of that. But that why should he pay tax on that? And we went on and on like that.
Mm.
Anyway, I got to Canada and I realized what he was
You
talking about.
understood what he was saying.
I understood what he was talking about.
Mm.
Yeah. Like it was like, oh, I get it now.
Mm.
Because yeah, there's still some people who tax is like a double-edged sword, if you
Sword.
will. You know what
Mm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, we have people who benefit more from it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, than
Yeah.
people than some, we will benefit in different ways, if you will. But
Mm-hmm.
like generally, or the idea is the social amenities that we all enjoy are paid for by the taxes.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to enjoy that. But some people go a step further. They enjoy the social benefits like the CCBs and the GSTs and and then some other programs that are funded by taxpayers' money and all of that.
Mm.
So it's a double-edged sword.
True.
And then you find people who are in some brackets that by the time the tax hits them, one of the taxes that I find really interesting is the what they call it. What is that tax for? Is it that you pay on investment? What do we call that tax again?
They pay on
Um,
investment.
yeah, I forget what it is. Um, I don't know, it eludes me now. You come back to me. But it's like 50%. Can you, like, if you sell a house, an investment home, can you remember what you usually pay on it? And I just learned it too. It's like you pay 50%, 50% on your, yeah, I forget
You
what
are
it's
only
called.
those.
I think even Yomi would remember that tax. For some reason it eludes me now. So yeah, it can be a double-edged
Capital
sword.
gain tax.
Capital gain. Thank you.
It's
I do.
Kende after all.
Thank you. You
We
get
don't
it.
have
Yeah.
sense on this show. We forget things.
And then I think our
Thank you.
brain,
Thank you,
after,
Kende.
thank you, Kenny. After doing taxes all day, maybe our brain just, I'm done with that. Like,
So guys, almost every day, all day we're talking, so sometimes it could be tiring, really, honestly. But Yomi too said capital gains. Thank you guys for showing
I
that
know
people
you
are following us.
remember
So
too.
they're following the conversation.
So there's that. But honestly, I couldn't speak to. I could speak to some of the advantages. Yes, it can be, like I said, a double-edged sword. Some people just get the brunt of it because they earn more and they feel like a lot more of the chunk of their money is taken and all of that. And at that point, I have no say, um, because I'm not supposed to say anything. You know what I mean? Because of what we do.
True.
But I guess at the end of the day, we just remind ourselves that it's supposed to help, the general good. It's for the common good, so that it's a level up, if you
Mm,
will.
mm.
Yeah.
That's very true, and that's another thing I wanted to quickly talk about before we go into today's topic, right?
Mhm.
Because taxes, some people decided that, you know what, if I earn into this bracket, it seems like I get more is taken from me, right? And then we, so let me just stay under the bracket that I wouldn't have to get to pay more, and then they
Yeah.
get more because you get CCB, GST, you get climate act, you get all those benefits, and you're also almost leveling up. But I think that's what this country has been built on, right? Like, so that people
Yeah.
can level up. If you're earning really low, we help you with that. And then if you're earning really high, you pay more. I mean, that's what the Bible said, right? It's we take
So who
from
much is given, much is expected.
exactly.
Nice.
It's just I mean, we say this in church and we're like, yes, yes. And then it comes to real life and the government is doing exactly what you taught in the church, and then you're angry and like, oh, but they're taking too much tax. How can you be taking
Mm.
45% of my da 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 da? What society is saying is simple. Listen, we want to provide basic amenity that everyone can enjoy, whether you're poor, you're rich,
Mhm.
or you are in between. Right? We want to make sure that we provide all the amenities that and that means if you earn more, you're gonna give more. If you earn less, but some people have said it makes others lazy and they kind of don't want to work hard anymore because imagine I'm getting $3,000 as child benefit and I'm getting $700 as GST and I'm getting $700 as climate action. You know, why should I earn more? Why should I want to? I don't know. That's not the kind of person I am. That's not the kind of person that Lami is. Because Lami is a realtor. He's a project manager. She's MC. She only you, Lami. Calm down. Calm down. Let the poor breathe. Eh? So
It's so it can be more.
you say what?
So it can be
So you can be
fully.
good at me. Okay. While it says at the expense of those earning more,
Mm.
not fair. You see, so that's the thing we're saying, right? Like people believe that it's not fair that some people are earning more and they're being. I don't know. What do you think, Lami? Do you think it's fair that
Honestly,
people who earn more
mm.
should pay more? Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I'd like to say that a smart group of people came up with the tax rate.
Mm.
Do you understand? And it's marginal tax rate, right? So it's graduated. So the first, chunk of it, this much is applied and something like that. At the end of the day, you know, as you, um, earn more, yes, you pay more, but hopefully you take a look at the benefits that you get from being in a sane society and all of that, and you'll be like, it's worth it. And maybe find ways to make the most, if you can, of some tax. I wouldn't call them tax breaks. What would we call those things like RSP and all of that? I think
Yeah.
tax
So,
shelters,
so
maybe if you will.
like RSP, right? You can
Yeah,
see to the TSFA's tax
yeah,
tax
yeah,
free savings account, right? But when you
yeah.
take it out, you still pay taxes on those things.
It depends, right? If and well, so if you're doing
This is what we're going to do. Let's bring the tax person to the
honestly, but because I really like for these conversations to be had by a tax accountant,
yes.
because we are like at the end of the day
The
we're
same one.
tax, yeah, we just guide, we're tax guides, if you will. We're not tax experts,
True.
but I do understand that some of these things, those tax shelters are put in place to help people. For example, the RSP is supposed to be a shelter to defer your taxes. You
Yes,
understand? And you take it as a deduction. And I
exactly.
see people,
Defer your taxes, right? You're deferring
yes,
it.
yeah, you defer it to the age where by that time your income is not so large that by the time you're taking it out, you're not in a bracket where you'll be heavily taxed. Do you
Mm,
understand? So it kind of helps. That's the way our RSP works. And TFSA can be like that. Like TFSA is not tax deductible,
mm,
but what it does is when you invest in a TFSA account, for example, your investment is not taxed. So it's a tax-free savings account. So whatever you earn, as long as you're still within your TFSA contribution room, whatever you earn,
mm.
right, within that contribution room, if say for example you put $10,000, you have 10,000 limit, and you do this investment and you earn 200,000, that 200,000 is not going to be taxed.
Yeah,
I know it's ridiculous, but I'm just saying,
yeah.
as long as it's within that
But
TFSA, and you're still in within your contribution room, whatever you earn is not. So those are some of the ways that they've put in place for you to maximize, if you will, your income, your investments, and all of that important stuff. So one of the things that there is a cap on our. Oh yes, definitely. Yes, there is a cap on ours.
okay, you say there's a cap on RSP. Yes, there is a
Yes,
cap on
yes,
RSP.
yes.
But I mean, it's okay. Yeah. What is actually the audio is perfect. Now, Abu Sound girl. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Let's go to
Thank you.
what Wally said, because it was when you're talking earlier. This is what Wally said. He said, remember
Hmm.
that earning more most times means you're working harder, right? Like
True. True.
that. It means you're doing more. For
Hmm.
example, if you earn, I think if you earn over $180,000, you don't get child benefit anymore. Like
Is
both of
it
you,
up to that?
good couple. Yeah,
Is that like is it up to 180?
I think it's like 160, 180. Between that
Yeah,
160,
like
180.
this is even
But
slightly
after
lower.
160, getting
Yeah.
getting like $36 per month. So like it's a discouragement for most people who are like earning and trying to
Hmm.
work hard and all of that, right? And meanwhile, the person that's not working at all is getting like $3,000 for each children. But
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I can understand the idea behind it.
Hmm.
I really can. Right? And
Hmm.
if you see a true believer, a true Christian,
Hmm.
then it shouldn't be an issue, right? It shouldn't. You're earning more. You're helping to support those who cannot earn more in your society. I don't know. I need to very people are angry on the street right now.
I guess it's just not as easy as it
It's not
sounds, right? Because sometimes you earn just enough to be taxed more, but
that-
not enough for it to make a lot of difference in your
exactly.
take home.
So the
So yeah.
of it,
Yeah.
and I don't know how they could change this tax code. Is taxes are in brackets. So
Yeah.
like it's like $0 to I think 12,000 or 15,000, then 15,000 like 21,000, and then 21,000 to 30 something thousand. Stop brackets like that, right? So in those brackets, they will tax you 15%, the first 31,000 15%, and this and that and that. Now, what besides you if you earn at the lower rung of that bracket? So, for example, if you are earning, let's say the bracket start at 31,000,
Mm,
31,700. to 59,500. If you are earning 32,000, you'll be taxed the same amount with the person earning 52,000.
Hmm.
And that's
I
why you
think you understand.
that's why you see sometimes, what I'm saying, I'm not so sure. I read it somewhere. I'm not so sure. So that's why I feel like we should bring. But I've seen it where people earn really little. Well, not little, like minimum wage, and their tax arrears, what they owe is like significantly much. And I'm like, but person paid. This person was deducted X amount of money. Why is it? Why is the person
Well, I
owing?
think that might be because I think it might be because they didn't take enough at source. It might be, and please take everything with a pinch of salt because again, we're not tax experts in any way, shape, or form.
True.
But because I mean, I had somebody who has asked me before something like, "Why didn't they take taxes at source?" I'm like, "You have to take it up with your employer." I don't know, you
Yeah.
know, so it depends on how, because usually it is usually the difference between how much you should pay in taxes and how much you paid. Do you
True.
understand? That's what then makes the difference
Payable,
as to whether
person
you owe
deducted.
exactly. So, you know, but the it's usually better to take as much as you can at source so that you don't at the end of the year you don't owe to taxes.
Mm.
It's usually better because when people when they see that amount owing, it's not their
It's not.
mind used to cut.
It's not.
Understand? It's not fun.
It's
It's
not.
not fun though. Yeah, yeah.
It's not. So, Wale, you see, Wale, anytime it comes to taxes, Wale is always angry because he's working so hard. Wale say, brother, I am working hard to enjoy my life. You
And please enjoy it. Please, 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 please.
enjoy it. Don't worry,
Please
enjoy it.
enjoy
But then we'll bring a tax accountant to the stream before April, before the end of April. We'll get a tax person to come in and discuss more
Explain.
with us.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
save more money, put your money in RSP, TFSA. Some people wouldn't say life insurance. Do you think that is something that you know people should? Well, we wouldn't know because we're not
Yeah,
experts.
I think I've read and and I think for this is an amazing opportunity to talk about education. As
Hmm.
in, there is a wealth of information on the Canada.ca website.
Yes.
There is a wealth of information on there. You know, read it. You will see so many things that are there that are available to you that you can take advantage of. So it's good to always talk to an expert, absolutely, but then being armed with some information also helps you to know what to ask.
True.
Do you
True. Right.
understand? Because
Right.
if you go to someone and say, "Tell me what I can do to save on taxes," they will give you maybe a few things. But
Mm,
if you go with certain questions, like
information.
exactly, they would be able to give you some better and maybe more useful tips. Um,
Yeah. Something more bespoke to your needs and all of that.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly. So it doesn't hurt to know those things for yourself.
What is that makes a very good point here. It says we've been there at some point. Some people have been taxed in order for us to enjoy some of the benefits. Now it's time for us to do the same for us. This
That's
is a
beautiful.
solid point. For
Yeah.
points to receive my shekere, that's true. You came here, all the bridges are looking pink. You have the roads are good. You have access to loans, financing. You're buying a 600, 700, $900,000 house. You didn't
Mm.
pay. You didn't pay all the money at once. Remember in Nigeria how you have to want to buy a car.
Well, don't drag my country. Oh.
You say?
Don't drag my country,
No, I'm
please.
not dragging. No, I'm just. It's just a fact. You have to you have to make sure that you contribute for 2 years before you buy one jalopy car, one fairly used car. But here you come here and things are like really in such a way that your life,
Yeah.
you can live a better life. Do you know what they call GST?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Canada. Because when they give
Right.
Canada in
Right.
January,
Right.
you come to
Right.
Canada in January, you're not going to file taxes until the February of the following year. So let's say you come to Canada
Yeah.
2024, January 1st.
Yeah.
You're not going to file taxes until February, maybe 19, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Now, between that January to December,
Mm.
You would apply for child benefit. Let's say you have 4 children, like me, like this. You apply for childcare benefits, you will receive it from February till January of the following year. You apply for GST, they will give you. You have not worked though. You have not even done anything though. You're going to
Yeah.
receive that payment. What does that mean? Somebody paid that money for you to be collecting it now.
Right.
The child
Right.
benefit that you are collecting, the money you are collecting, and that you are enjoying.
Mm.
I've seen somebody receiving, people receiving $3,000 for child benefit.
Mm.
That
Mm.
$3,000 you're receiving for child benefit, somebody paid it as taxes,
Mm.
right? The
Mm.
GST, someone paid that as taxes. So you're
Mm.
enjoying this benefit that somebody, and that's what Waleed said, right?
True.
Some people pay taxes for us to enjoy, especially as immigrants.
Mm.
When is your turn now? You're earning more, you have to
Mm.
pay, and you have to say, spot on, what is that? Spot
Mm.
on, what is that?
I agree. I agree.
And I agree. I do
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about taxes today, but somehow I think it was so spot on that we just had to talk
Yeah.
about it. Right? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
what we're supposed to talk about, I don't know, do we have any other person who has questions, leave a comment, still about taxes, that you have something to say, something that is blocking your mind, that you want to express yourself, your inner opinion? Let us
Mm.
know in the comment section. But the conversation for today is actually the art of giving. Actually, it's a segue because taxes is you giving back part of what you have been given, right?
Mm.
Or part of what you work for. I know that you were not dashed the money. You're laughing, like, I don't understand it. You're laughing, it's making me feel like I'm abusing some people, and I'm not abusing anybody. But basically, giving is giving back, even if it's a little, even if it's plenty, whatever it is. You're giving back to the society, giving back to. I mean, I have some things that I while I was researching it, like it's so easy to say, oh, giving. I know what giving is, but I did some research,
Mm.
and just a quick one. It does say giving is providing love or other emotional support.
Mm.
True giving is the measurement of unconditionality. Hmm,
Mm.
super. True giving seeks nothing in return in the form of physical or mental um, or material stuff. So, I mean, what is your take on giving? Like,
Oh, that's such a good question. For that, given, I think simply put is just offering something that you have. You
mm,
know, something that you have. Sometimes, when we think of giving, I think more often than not we think money,
yeah,
right? But there's so many things that we give. We give our love. We give our advice. We give our time. We give sometimes even a smile, as much as a smile,
mm,
you know. And I think I must have told the story here one time about this young man at the time, Stevenson, Sean Stevenson, who gave his attention to someone and saved the person from committing suicide. You
mm,
know, so there's a lot to be said for what you have to offer the world, what you have to give. And there's something that my pastor would usually say, that your life is too small to be the center of your life.
your life.
You know, so your life has got to be more than about you. You know, I like to tell my kids, other people matter.
Mm,
You know, other people matter. You know, whenever you want to do something, always remember that it's not just about you. You know, other people matter. You know, so, and that's how we show. My mentor, he's late now, will say something. He says, what you do for yourself you take to the grave, but what you do for others you leave behind.
mm,
You know, and so giving is not just about money. Giving is an attitude, giving is a lifestyle,
good thing.
giving is an opportunity, giving is a privilege, because it means you have something, that's why you can give it. So I think it's an absolutely beautiful topic to discuss. Yeah.
yeah, and just like you said, I mean, it's not just people here giving and they think, oh, but I don't have much. Really,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you don't need much to give, right? I like what you said about it being a lifestyle, an
Right.
attitude, something that you can cultivate. It's something
Yeah.
that you train yourself with. I'm sure you've heard things like, "Oh, that lady can give her last kobo,"
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
also something that Jesus talked about while he was teaching his disciples. He said, "Look at that lady. She's giving the widow's price, right?" This is
Yeah.
where he came from about the widow's, and it was compared to people who had the Pharisees and the Sadducees who had so much, and out of the plenteous of their wealth, they
Yeah.
were able to like give and in a braggadocious way, right? But the widow just came in a corner and gave of the little that she had, right?
Yeah.
And that little,
Yeah.
pastor preached one that said that little, means even more than a big one that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not because that big one will do something. Maybe that big one will help you to build your church at that
Mhm.
time. But
Mhm.
you see
Mhm.
the heart. If you quantify what she has given, she had nothing. She gave the little she had. The man that had so much, if you quantify it in percentage, for example,
Mhm.
maybe she had,
Mhm. Mhm.
let's use money. She had
Mhm.
$200 and she gave $100. That's what 50%
50%.
of she's got,
Yeah.
right? The man that has $100,000 and
Mm.
gives $10,000.
Mm.
What is that? What is that? What is that worth in the percentage of what he owns?
10%.
10%, right? 10% can also be great
Let
if
that
the
be the
guy
last
is giving it.
percentage you're going to ask me. Sure, you know I'm not a calculator. You know I'm not. Don't disgrace me with this math that you're asking me. But go on.
So you answered it now. You answered it so
I'm
well.
just saying. Very good.
About 10% of what was given,
Yeah.
it comes from a gracious heart. It comes from
Right.
not the heart that wants to show off. Because most
Right.
times, person is giving
Right.
$10,000 and wants everybody to know that I'm
Right.
giving
Right.
$10,000 here. So
Right.
all of
Right.
you get, so and I think that's where Jesus was actually coming from.
Mm.
If you had given that 10% of his amount
Mm.
and given it in humility and understanding that God gave
Mm.
you and you give it back, fine, that would be great. It probably would
Right.
be far with the woman
Right.
who gave the last mite that she had.
Mm.
So I feel like the most important thing for people is to identify needs
Mm.
and be willing and gracious in giving. The
Mm.
Bible said that your right hand should not know what your left hand is giving.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, it goes back to what I was just saying. It's all about you doing it from a pure heart. You're not doing
Mm.
it so people can see you
Mm.
like show off, like Lami is giving me house now. You now go to Cool FM, or you now go to Inanna Shat. See, we gave our houses for was one. No, don't do that, Lami. Just give me the house. And
Hey, Yomi say I'm saying 100 houses this year. Yomi's in the spirit. Forget it.
you're selling on the house. Yeah, because your customers will ask you, hey, Lami, so if I now pay you 650,000, what would you think would be the you have to be ready
I
to
hold
ask.
my phone. The phone is there now. I hold my phone. I quickly press calculator.
If I need to come back to you, good
That's
measures
right.
together, press down. Shall men give unto your bosom, right? So it's this is the logic behind it. And I think something people don't also do when they give is give with with a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Rejoicing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my story.
Yeah.
When I was much younger, when I was strong in the faith, hallelujah. I'm serious. Like there used to be a time that I used to like my walk with God was paying. Like I would just be there. Like I remember there was a time that I said, I don't have much clothes too. Like
Mm.
not that I didn't have clothes. I had clothes. I never married. I had clothes, but I just didn't have like I've worn all my clothes.
Mm.
So I said, okay, you know what? Let me and I have so many people around me. Well, not so many, but I have people around me that didn't even have probably had only one trouser. I had a friend that had one jean and one trouser and one other pants or something like that. Because I see that I would wash one. So I took the ones I had that were still good. And I said, God, I want to give this clothes away. I don't have clothes. I need clothes. Because I do music, right? And you need to go out there and wear. So I gave those clothes out. to my friend. Well, nobody knows. Nobody, even this story, nobody knows the person I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter. So I gave it to him. I gave some pair of shoes to him. I can never forget this story. And that was, he was so excited. He was so thankful. He was like, "God, thank you so much for that." If I wants to go and do interview, he was already thinking of where would he see. I mean, I didn't even know. You see how God work, right? And I had some, it wasn't like they were really new, but they were still good.
Mm.
Lami, you won't believe it. Less than a week, my pastor called me, and my pastor, Yomi will know the pastor George, called me, and Fola, come to my house. And I went to his house. I was like, I have this clothes, that this tie. Somebody gave me this tie from US, like 4 tie green. I still have that tie in my house. This time I'm telling you, I still have it. That tie is quality. I see. I'm talking about. I wasn't married when he gave me that tie, green. I still wear that tie. He gave me that tie. So I'm talking about something more than 10 years ago. So you can see how quality it is. He gave me some shoes, gave me loafers, gave me 2 shoes. It was like, I don't wear size 45. The guy, I don't know why he gave me size 45. Like, I don't know why. It's God that gave it to you to give it to me. He gave me a loafer and a shoe, very solid shoe, and then gave me some shirts. Like I think 2 or 3. Nice. He gave me what's the name of the shirt? This nice pink shirt. I wore it tire. So what am I saying? When it comes to giving, and I didn't give because I was expecting that particular person to give back, or even someone else to give. I just gave. I know I prayed about it and I said, God, I need, right? I did say I need clothes, right? But it wasn't my pastor that I was expecting that would call me. He had never given me anything prior to that. I had never given. He had never called me to say, "Well, I took 1,000 naira, or take 5 naira, or take." I used to go. I was close to him. I'll go to his house. I'll help him out and all of that. We were close, but he never given me anything. So it just tells you about when you give, the hand that gives would always receive. And and when I caught that revelation, I started giving. If I want money, if I'm going to do a project, because I used to do concerts then, if I'm going to do a project, I'll just look for money and give. That's why I always pity people like, oh, church. Listen, church is not a perfect place. It's not a perfect system because it's run by men. It's not run by a spirit. It's run by men. And where men are, there's definitely going to be imperfection. But there's a system, there's a spiritual system that works in the church, which works with your faith. Jesus told that blind person, say, your faith has made thee whole. That's a strong word, right? Like it's your faith. You have to faith that if I give, listen, okay, let me not say this song because I don't want to shake anything. But if I have faith and I connect it to whatever ministry and I say, as I give, God bless, He will bless you. Now, it doesn't mean you should give foolishly. It doesn't mean you should not have sense or something, but it's between you and God. Whatever way you connect. There are several times that I've connected to some ministries back in the day, and like, oh, I'm like, okay, God, you know what? I have this last 5,000 naira. I want to give maybe 3,000 or something, or whatever, however it ministers to me. I will see the reward. Maybe, I will see the reward, right? So it's left for you. And if you don't have faith in those things, then don't do it. Right? I have questions for you, Lami. Who has given you the best gift ever?
The best gift. Where do I even start from?
Anybody can be any. Who has given you the best gift ever? Anyway, answer the question here how you want.
I don't know if I can say I can call it, because I have received some really amazing gifts, and maybe the best gift would be salvation for me. Maybe that's the only thing that comes that I can call, and that's the best gift. And I think next to that would be the knowledge of God's love and acceptance. It was very liberating for me. It has been very liberating. Especially because we come from a culture of, if you will, hell and damnation and fear, where you saw God as this man who was holding a club in his hand and just waiting for you to fail so he can hit you on the head, over the head with it, Are you under anointing? You mean something else? And honestly, it's like it's really amazing to be liberated. I mean, do I take God's love for granted? Hopefully not, and hopefully He continues to give me the grace not to. But it liberated me from knowing that it's really not about me; it's about the finished work of Christ. So that has helped me really. And that is honestly, that's the best gift ever that God gave, and it's amazing. It's a gift that is always given, and I'm grateful for it.
The gift that
Yeah,
keeps.
but yeah, it's a gift that keeps giving. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean that would be my answer too, because the best gift I ever received is the gift of salvation. Right?
Right.
Nothing compares to the gift of salvation. Nothing, nothing. And it's in the redemptive work of Christ, right? Like it's about John 3:16, right? For you
Mm.
love the word that He gave His only begotten
Yeah.
Son, right? That whosoever shall believe in Him, and it doesn't matter, you're black, white, green, brown, whatever, as long as you believe in that Son, Jesus, do you know how tough it is to live in the world like this?
Mm.
To go through the world and just have all the stress. You work so hard. I've realized that nothing gives me joy. You
Mm.
think you have so much money, if I have so much, if I can have $50 million, I'll be the happiest man on earth. Trust me, no, you're not going to be the happiest person. I don't have 50 million. I've never had $50 million, in my life, but I can guarantee you, because those that have it will tell you easily that that's not what gives them joy, right? You could say, oh, once I have that, buy that house. We work towards stuff, right? You
Mm-hmm.
work towards stuff, you're planning towards stuff. Okay, I want to buy a front garage house, 4-car front garage with places. And those things are good, right? They are good,
Mm-hmm.
but they won't give you joy. You stay in that
Mm.
house. I remember before we bought this our house, you're like, oh, boy, if I moved to that my house, I would just design story.
Mhm.
Get there, and human needs are insatiable. You keep
Right.
you keep looking for more. But there's something about the love of Christ.
Mm.
It
Mm.
never ceased to amaze me. How
Mm.
excited I am just remembering that I am God's own.
Mm.
And people tend to like, oh, well, you don't act like, like the typical Christians that are. No, I don't have to. The love of Christ, I'm not justified by my actions. It's not my actions that would make me be loved by Christ, or my inactions.
Mm.
For the fact that I've accepted Him as my Lord and Savior, that's all I need to do. And like you said, hopefully I continue to enjoy the grace that He gives. It's as simple as that. Let me ask you another question. What have you given that meant a lot to you?
Ah, what have I given? Ola, I don't understand what's going on today. Oh. let me just tell you.
We're talking about giving. What have you given that meant a lot to you?
My
Grasa,
hand is message to my husband.
Grasa, where are you? Yes. Wait,
My,
why did you ask if Lamb is under anointing? Was she calling? Let me know. What the question. See what you're missing. Allow you to answer the question.
thank you.
What's going on? Is it woman supporting woman that we are doing here now? I don't understand. It's Lami that I asked the question. Lami, what have you given that meant a lot to you?
My hand in marriage.
You
I
said
gave myself to be married to somebody. It meant a lot to me.
but that's a genuine conversation. Right?
It's true. Did I not give myself? But really, I grew up with parents that are givers, and I
Mm,
say that with all the I don't know, like all the love, all the respect that I have for my parents. They are givers. I'm not sure. My dad used to make fun of my mom and would say there's nothing she cannot give it, even her eyes. That one day she'll just come and say, Why did not happen for yourself? Give me this to
Ah,
somebody that
you
did not
like,
have.
take
Oh,
it, man.
you
Take
just come
it. Take
and say, what happened to her? I give it to somebody. The person I really
I
let the
was
person
so
have.
joking. I just saw the Yalagwaja. I just see I said, hey, you I with no finish
I
Yalaja.
gave it to her.
Take
My
it.
dad told a funny story. When he was courting my mom, he, young boy, feeling himself, whatever. And he saw this at the time, it was a wristwatch in the form of a ring. So I don't know what you would call it, maybe a ring watch, something like that. And it wasn't really common. So we were talking, my mom and dad has been married, they've been married for 40 years now. So we're talking a while ago,
Wow.
so it wasn't a common thing for you to find around that time, according to the story. And
Mm.
my mom, my dad gave it to my mom. Like something must have cost him quite a penny, a pretty penny rather.
Mm.
And one day he came visiting, and he saw my mom's older sister, and he saw the ring watch, or whatever,
Yeah.
on my auntie's hand.
The special one that I bought for you 42 years ago.
No, as in that around that time, like they were still courting when it happened. So imagine you gave it to her, and then
And
you
they are
come
married
to
40
see her
years now.
another time,
So
and
like 41, 42 years ago.
do you understand? Like this, as in, my dad was like, he was shocked. This, I think it was pretty new. The relationship was new, so if he wasn't going to withstand this test of time, that was one of the things that could have solved. But the idea is that's the kind of person that my mom is. She doesn't hold anything that I can think of dear to her heart that she really cannot give, you know and my dad was the same thing. So I was raised with that culture, and so I like to think that there are quite a bit of things that I can give very freely to people, because I know that really, like you said, if it gives me, it's a privilege, right? So if I get to give it to somebody and it gets to make a difference in their life, so I willingly do it. And I'm not going to start to maybe blow my own horn and start saying, oh, I give this or give that. But that's really the culture that I was raised with. And that's the lifestyle that I've chosen, because it was taught to us by the main man himself up there, who gave first. So I think it's a privilege, because like I said earlier, you have to give. So it's because you have that you can give. So it's always and when God sees us as a conduit for him to bless others, it's really a privilege, and I think we should make the most of it. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Lami. That has been a very great one. And this is for you. All right, we've come to the end of the show tonight. Friday Night Mix Show. It's been a scintillating night as usual. Lami is here, so Lami will always give us word of wisdom. But ladies and gentlemen, don't ever, ever, ever forget that Lami is now a please, for God's sake. I want to hear that this next week, Lami have sold 62 houses. I want her to be running up and down like as she's selling in South, going to Sherwood. As she's selling North, she's going to as she's selling going to sorry, there's no house in Jeffrey. It's such a great one, and thank you so much, Lami, of giving up yourself to the show. Friday Night Mix Show. It's been, since you've joined the show, it's been a great one, and you've been a blessing to us on the show. People always, when you're not around, people are always asking, where Lami, where Lami, where Lami, where Lami. See if we snap best, man. Like, what's even strong with it? You can hear call you the shots, says, nice one, guys.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
says, check Fine Realtor out now. Mr. Bells, you are so lucky. I know you're on this stream. Let me talk to you.
My support.
You have married a fine chick. All right. So we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, guys, for always loving the show. I see the love. Always, it's a community. Thank you so much. We're
Thank you.
doing this because
Thank
you guys will be there to listen on a Friday night. And we're excited that you guys are always, just appreciating and supporting us any way you can. And what do you say? I beg. Now only me the chat. Wale is on YouTube. Others are on most people are on Facebook. But we're chatting from YouTube, Wale. But there are other, as you can see, there are other people chatting also from Facebook. But it's been great, on the show. It's been fantastic on the show too. We meet next week. Lami, I don't know if you have a thing or two to say before we go.
We just want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching today, for commenting, for dropping your questions and all that important stuff. The engagement keeps us going and makes us know that you're on the other side watching and enjoying the show. And we'll continue to bring you something fun, something engaging, and something to learn from. That's the whole point of Friday Night Mix.
All right. Have a great, great, great.
Bye.